This Ask Energy question is very season appropriate, comes from Sheila. And the question is, do I need to consume electrolytes throughout the day, not just during training? Okay, this is a great question. Listen, it's summertime for those of us in the Northern Hemisphere, right? It's hot, it's humid maybe, right? It's a great question. So let's back up. So really what we're trying to answer is, do you need electrolytes during the day with your daily hydration? We won't answer the training nutrition question because this one was specifically throughout the day. Okay, so let's back up a little bit. A lot of this depends on your normal daily nutrition, because if you are consuming a little bit more sodium or salt, salty foods, salty recipes, or using the salt shaker a little bit more, then it may not be necessary for you to actually have an electrolyte drink throughout the day. Now, that said, 9 times out of 10, the athletes I work with require at least 1 or 2 servings of electrolytes throughout the day, in addition to plain water. Why? Because they're sweating, they're doing a lot. It's hotter outside, you're losing more fluid, right? Maybe it's warmer in your house, right? So you're just sweating more. So I would say the majority of people will need at least 1 or 2 servings of additional electrolytes added into water. Now, this can be done in various ways, right? You can put a pinch of pink Himalayan salt, kosher salt, whatever salt you want in water. Doesn't taste that great, but you can maybe put, one of my favorites is I put a little bit of pink Himalayan salt with a little bit of lemon juice in water. Perfect. If you want to add a sweetener, you certainly can, but that's a way of adding some salt into water and kind of make it palatable. Okay. You can also use electrolyte supplements, right? There's nothing wrong with those also. Although I would say watch the ingredients, because some of the ingredients may actually disrupt the digestive system. Okay, so back to it. Normally, it also comes down into, well, how much are you drinking, right? How much are you sweating? Where do you live? I get all that, but let's just pick how much you're drinking first. And I know this isn't the question from Sheila, but I just want to throw it out there that most people in the summertime, most active people who are engaging in recreational or competitive training and events, should be consuming anywhere between 3 to 5 liters of fluid per day minimum. And that doesn't have to be just plain water, right? We're talking about different types of things, tea and coffee and milk, and maybe some seltzer water, maybe some electrolyte water, right? So, but 3 to 5 liters is quite a bit for most people. What I would say is that if you're, that's probably your first goal, hit 3 to 5 liters. Second goal is to make 1 or 2 of those electrolyte based. So whether you just are doing what I said, put some lemon, squeeze some lemon or lemon juice in water, add a pinch of pink Himalayan salt, that's fantastic. Whether you're using electrolytes supplement, that's fantastic. But really what it comes down to is I'm finding many people, many athletes are not consuming enough fluid throughout the day, because not many people actually like water, which is kind of fascinating. I get it. Again, kind of depends on where you live also, and in the taste of the water, the quality of the water. But I'm finding that most athletes are not consuming enough water throughout the day. So if you think about it, we are not going to be driven to drink plain water because there's no taste, right? Therefore, you're decreasing your fluid intake, and at the same time, you're probably not consuming enough electrolytes. Again, depending on what you're doing for your daily nutrition and how salty your daily nutrition is. So, what I would recommend is looking at first trying to increase the volume of fluids that you drink. Try to get to that 3 to 5 liters a day. Number two, choose different options of fluid that are just not plain water. Now, listen, if you like plain water, fantastic, go for it. You are one of the very few that actually enjoy plain water. Great, right? But if you're not, find different ways, seltzer water, milks, teas, like I said, iced teas during the summertime, whatever it is, that's not simple sugar based, right? Find some good alternatives for you so you can get your volume of fluid in between that 3 to 5 liters per day. Then focus on saying, or think about saying, all right, well, now how much of these 3 to 5 liters should I actually have that either has electrolytes or just like a pinch of salt here and there? And from what I would recommend, again, about 1 to 2 of your servings of fluid per day, so that's 1 to 2 liters per day, should be electrolyte based, because it's summer, because it's warmer, because we're sweating more. So that's kind of an easy way to think about it, other than saying, yeah, use electrolytes or not. Think about the big picture first, because if you're not consuming enough fluids, first off, it really doesn't matter per se how many electrolytes you're consuming. Okay. Hope that helps. Sheila, thanks for the question.